Every AI tool you've ever used to write content has the exact same flaw. It doesn't know anything about your company, not your product, not your customers, and definitely not the extensive case study that you published last quarter. It's pattern matching, not fact-checking, and it doesn't always know the difference. Stick with me though, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the one architectural fix that solves this, and how content teams are already using it to get output they don't have to rewrite from scratch. Because honestly, who has the time? So here's what's actually happening when you ask ChatGPT or Claude to write a blog post. These models, large language models, LLMs as we call them, were trained on a massive snapshot of the internet. But that training has a cutoff. It doesn't include your internal docs. It doesn't include your brand voice guidelines. And it definitely doesn't include the pricing update that you made last Tuesday. So when the model doesn't have the answer, it does what it was designed to do. It predicts the most likely next word. And that's where hallucinations come from. The model isn't lying, it's filling in gaps with plausible sounding text. According to Vectera's hallucination index, even the best performing LLMs hallucinate on about 1 in every 140 prompts. And the worst? Nearly 1 in 3. If you're publishing content at any kind of volume, that math matters. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. The name sounds complex, but the concept is straightforward. It's a 3-step process. Step 1, you ask a question, same as you would with any AI tool. For example, write a comparison post or draft a landing page for our enterprise tier. Step 2, and this is the part that matters, retrieval. Before the model writes a single word, a retrieval system searches through a set of sources you define. Your knowledge base, your product docs, your CRM notes, your published case studies. But it's not searching whole files after you ask the question. That would be a heavy lift. Your documents have already been broken into smaller sections first, sometimes by paragraph, sometimes by topic. The system retrieves the specific chunk that's relevant, not the entire 50-page manual. And this isn't keyword search. Your question and your documents both get converted into embeddings, mathematical representations of meaning. And then the system finds the closest matches. So if you ask about enterprise pricing, it can surface your doc titled Custom Plan Tiers for Mid-Market Accounts, even though the words don't match exactly. And then there's step 3, generation. Now the model writes its response, but it's combining the retrieved context with its own trained knowledge. The retrieved data acts as grounding. It keeps the model anchored to your actual information instead of filling in gaps from its training memory. Think of it this way, an LLM on its own is a freelancer who's never been briefed. They know how to write, but they don't know your product. They don't know your positioning or what your last 3 customers said in their sales calls. RAG is the brief. It feeds the model your actual sources before it writes a single word. That's the whole idea. You're not replacing the model, you're giving it access to information that it didn't have before so that the outputs are better and your content team is, well, happier and less stressed, not stuck in these endless make it better prompt loops. Now, you might hear people talk about fine-tuning as another way to solve this problem. Fine-tuning retrains the model itself. RAG is much simpler. You're not changing the model, you're changing what the model has access to. For most content teams, that's the faster and more practical path. Wait, one sec, friend. Wait, sorry. Can I call you friend? We need to understand this one truth though. RAG isn't magic. It's not a cure-all either. It's only as good as the sources you give it and how well they're organized. If your knowledge base is outdated or your docs are a hot mess, the retrieval step pulls in bad context. And naturally, the output reflects that. Let's bring this home, shall we? Here's where it gets practical. If you're running content at a Series B SaaS company, you already know the pain. You need more content, faster. You've tried AI tools. The output was generic, off-brand, or flat out wrong, so you spent just as long editing as you would have writing it from scratch. RAG is the fundamental reason some teams are getting real results from AI while others gave up after a month of trying and, yeah, failing. Again, and again, and again. When a RAG system has access to your positioning doc, your customer quotes, and your competitor analysis, the context artifacts we always mention here at AI-led growth, the output isn't generic anymore. It references your actual differentiators. It uses the language your buyers use, and it cites real data from real sources. And because the system retrieves from specific sources, you can trace exactly where each claim comes from, which means your team can actually verify the output instead of fact-checking every sentence from scratch. The market is catching up to this too. According to Grand View Research, the RAG market hit $1.2 billion in 2024 and is on track to reach $11 billion by 2030. A Snowflake report found that 71% of early enterprise AI adopters are already using RAG. And the primary use case? Wait for it. Content generation. Knowing what RAG is and knowing how to actually build a content system around it are two very different things. Most teams understand the concept and still somehow end up publishing AI Slop because they skip the context building step entirely. We ran a workshop called Stop Writing AI Slop, where we break down the exact system we use, the artifacts, the research, the workflows, the expert-in-the-loop process that turns RAG from a buzzword into published content you'd actually put your name on. Do you want access? All you have to do is pay me $1 trillion. Okay, I'm just kidding. But the link is in the description. It's free, friend. Just click and it's yours. And if you learn something, make sure to like, share, or let me know. The boss is watching. See you next time.